North Korea's Kim Jong-un is an unlikely figure for peace talks with South Korea. Leaders of the two Koreas, still technically at war despite lack of actual conflict over the past 6 decades, came together for peaceful meetings in 2000 and 2007 under the South Korean government's Sunshine Policy. But today's leader in Pyongyang, the mercurial Kim Jong-un, wasn't in power then. He's a reason foreign media like to call North Korea a hermit kingdom. His policy toward South Korea, Japan and the United States, which he sees as a trio of enemies, involves little dialogue. Kim prefers to develop nuclear weapons and test long-range missiles. An offer from South Korean President Moon Jae-in this month to beam down another blast of sunshine would ultimately pressure Kim to back down on military development. No wonder he hasn't accepted the offer. Here's what the 34-year-old North Korean leader is probably thinking. A Kim-Moon meeting would change how the world sees him. The head of the totalitarian state might show a softer side, as you're supposed to act nice at diplomatic encounters even if you don't like the other party. He does not want to be seen as soft, given his youth and inexperience before taking over from his father Kim Jong-il after he died in 2011. More significantly, the South Korean government will be chasing him to disarm, experts believe. The encounter proposed by South Korea would be part of Moon's two-track policy of combining pressure and engagement to get North Korea to end its nuclear arms program, says Stephen Kim, Korea scholar and University of California, Berkeley, PhD holder. South Korea is the most likely target of a North Korean missile. Kim doesn't want to disarm. By most scholars' accounts, he will develop nukes and missiles until he feels North Korea could fight off anyone regardless of what investment or aid he might get from Seoul as incentives to quit. The United States can't stop weapons development despite a surge in efforts this year. South Korea is proposing military and Red Cross talks with the North to stop all acts of hostility and let separate families meet for the first time since 2015, the Korea Herald Online says. The talks could also end loudspeaker broadcasts into North Korea, reopen communication channels and avoid miscalculation at the border, says Lee Farrett-Keesley, International Security and Political Economics Assistant Professor at Lee University in Seoul. Kim then might as well decline to engage Moon and just keep working on missiles, which he'd probably do even as talks went on. He would talk only if offered an upfront concession, such as the restart of the inter-Korean Ksong industrial complex or formal recognition it has credibly deployed nuclear ICBM capability, Easley believes. A rejection from the North would save South Korea the pains of giving up its earlier sunshine policies as it did in 2010 after the Unification Ministry in Seoul found it hadn't changed the North after a decade of cross-border exchanges and billions of dollars in aid. After former North Korean leader Kim Jong-il, the current head of state's father, met with South Korean ex-president Kim Dae-jung in 2000, the South's leader at the time got a Nobel Peace Prize for the move. But North Korea proved tough to work with under the earlier sunshine policies, while other countries didn't throw coordinated support behind the South. Moon should know because as former President Roh Moo-hyun's chief of staff he led the 2007 Inter-Korean summit that year. Even if Pyongyang does agree to talks, it will likely cheat agreements or disrupt cooperative efforts with its next missile or nuclear test, Easley says.